you. Amen? And you know, I really encourage you more to do it so. Amen? Amen. So ano yung pangalawa? The stony ground. Mark 4:16. Okay, so let's read Mark 4:16. What is the stony ground? What is the stony heart? Mark 4:16. Others like seeds sown on rocky places, hear the word and at once receive it with joy. But since they have no root, they last only a short time. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, they quickly fall away. This is the thorny. You know why? Why is it that Satan brings tribulation and persecution? He brings tribulation and persecution to your life because he doesn't only hate you, but because of the word. He wants to steal that word away from you. You know, the devil, sabi ko nga, he doesn't send this tribulation or persecution only because he doesn't like you. Amen? Yes. You know, the main reason why he brings problem on our way, such as tribulation, persecution, or even people talks about you, you know, they say things about you and you don't like it, so that the word that you have in you, you know, if you have full of problem, isn't it when someone talk bad about you, do you admit, because I felt it, like, you know, you don't want to stand up anymore and read the word of God. You know, your appetite will get, you lost some, you know, you will not even want to hear. You don't even want to go to church because, you know, you have full of problem. You know why? Who brings that? It's Satan. You know, he gives you that stony heart so that you will not be able to listen to the word. Amen? Kaya kung ganyan, if you think that you have so much persecution, you have so much of this, you think that people talks about you think that people doesn't like you, the more that you have to push yourself and listening to the word. Amen? Pinag-usapan naman na, masaya sila, ikaw, nagpapakalungkot ka ba? Sila na lang, di ba? So, you really have to push yourself forward. Amen? Sabihin nga natin, walang stony heart dito. There's no stony heart. Amen? Amen? Okay, so, you know, when you have persecution, when you have, you know, tribulation, don't go the self-pity party. The more that you have to cry out to God. Don't mind about these people who say things bad about you. Amen? The more that you have to push yourself to God. Because you know why? It's only God who saved you. It's not them. Don't mind about them. Don't look at them. Look at the author and finisher of your faith, which is Christ alone. He will only be the one who can take you to heaven. Not these neighbors of yours, not these people, not anyone else. Okay, so if they talk about you, so be it. Go forward. Amen? Amen? Amen. Okay, wag po ninyong pabayaan. Do not let yourself, your spiritual life be dampened because of all this all nonsense. Amen? Ang isipin mo lagi that you have to focus, sabi nga na, focus on the things that is not seen. Do not focus on the things that you see, but always focus your heart there. Amen? Amen. So, you know what? Some people, when they are really like facing a lot of challenges, these are the people that instead of coming to church, instead of listening to these teachings, you know, they are the one that says, I don't want to go to church anymore. All of them are hypocrite there. Why should I go? I heard people like that. You know, isa lang ang nagkasala sa kanila, nakaaway nila, pakiramdam nila, kaaway na nilang buong simbahan. Amen? Please. You know, we love you guys. And we care for you. You know what? Things that we have actually built you up, we're not going to destroy you. Amen? We are praying for you. Amen? So, you know, all those, yung mga guilt and yung mga ganun pakiramdam is not coming from God. It's all coming from the enemy. Amen? When you feel that isolation, when you feel like you don't really want to go, when you feel like, you know, the neighbors are talking about you, that's not true. It's the enemy putting it in your heart so that you will not get up and say, okay, that's it. But remember, do not lose the joy of your salvation just because of that. Amen? Do not lose the opportunity of going to heaven just because of that. It's so petty. Amen? You have to fight the good fight of faith. That's the reason why Jesus Christ says, fight the good fight of faith. There is a fight for our faith. Amen? Tama ba yun? Yeah. We have to fight for our faith. You know why? Because the enemy keeps on stealing it and stealing, but you have to fight for it. Amen? You have to confess. I mean, there's a lot. Every trial that you go through, there is a corresponding promise that you can declare and you can claim to God. And sometimes while you are claiming, all you have to do is keep repeating it, especially when the enemy is really attacking you. You just have to keep repeating that word. For example, if you are in financial need, I mean, if you are in sickness, all you have to say, by the stripe of Jesus, I am healed. Even just one word that you keep on repeating, declaring it, and your heart will listen to it until you grow bigger. You know, that's enough to conquer the mountain. When you have the mountain, you do not get a shovel and attack it. The word of God says, speak to your mountain. You do not attack it because you cannot do anything about it. All you have to do is use your faith, use your word to attack the mountain. You do not get a breaker or a shovel to attack your mountain because it won't work. Amen. Do not force your own, you do not, I'll get even. You did this to me, I'll get even to you. You cannot do it that way. The more you put yourself into a bad situation. The word of God is, even when David says, Goliath, from now on, you will be in my hand. Is it? He confessed it. He confessed his faith. He confessed his word. And God did the rest. Amen. So, this word is very important. Please, I'm telling you that you have to believe it and establish it in your heart that there is power in the word. There is life in the word. Amen. You do not say, it's just a word. But word is so powerful. God created the world. God created the atmosphere just by the word. And you are made in the image and likeness of God, that you can do it too. Amen. That we can frame our world by our word. I say that again, that you can frame your world by your word. Amen. So frame your world by your word. Whatever you confess, if you confess these things, that one will be the one that will happen to you. I mean, we always hear that, and yet we don't do it. Amen. So that is the stony, and the other one is, what is the next one? The thorny ground. Where is the thorny ground? Mark 4:18. Let's see what the thorny ground is. Amen. Thorny ground. Still others like seeds sown among thorns hear the word, but the worries of this life, the deceitfulness of wealth, and the desires for other things come in and choke the word, making it unfruitful. Amen. Malapit na tayo doon sa good seed. Alam niyo po, what are the things that choke it? Worries of life, which is very, very true. Amen. When bills comes, when we know that things, you know what? We depend on our own wisdom. The deceitfulness of wealth and the desires for other things come in and choke. Sasabihin mo, it's okay. I have meeting today, Sunday. Sometimes we exchange our Sundays, our worship, because of other things, because of worries in life. Amen. Come on, I just wanna, meron po akong, can you just turn into, hopefully I've written it. Let me just turn into, I think it's Isaiah, where are you? Isaiah 58:13. Let me see. Isaiah 58:13. Okay, God says, if you keep your feet from breaking the Sabbath and from doing as you please on my holy day. The holy day of God is we don't have the right to do whatever it pleases us. Holy day, Sabbath day is Sabbath. If you call the Sabbath a delight and the Lord's holy day honorable, and if you honor it by not going your own way and not doing as you please or speaking idle words. 14. Then you will find your joy in the Lord. And this is the promise. And I will cause you to ride on the heights of the land and to feast on the inheritance of your father Jacob. The mouth of the Lord has spoken. this is what the promise. If you keep holy His Sabbath day, that you do not do whatever pleases you. There is a law. And this is a given law that God has given to all of us. You know that Sabbath day is very important to God. A day of worship is very important to God. That you cannot just do whatever pleases you and exchange it to anything else. This is, who speak here? It's the Lord. And then you will say, oh, how come I do not have this? How come lagi na lang ganito, I do everything, but then how come I don't succeed in everything? Because there are ways, there are things that God wants us to do, and yet we cannot even obey that. Amen? You know, I remember this runner who is, I forgot his name. You know, this man, kahit na meron silang competition on a Sunday, he just made it a law. Eric Little, yeah, that's the man. He made it a law that no running on Sunday. Even though that is the tournament, that's the he made it a law that Sunday is Sunday, Sabbath day is Sabbath day, no running. But he was blessed. Amen? Do we have that kind of heart? That, we do not, we do not exchange the Sabbath day is Sabbath day. Is this the blessing? You want blessing? God says, I will cause you to ride on the heights of the land and to feast on the inheritance of your father Jacob. Wow, the mouth of the Lord has spoken. Because God wants us to worship Him. God wants His children to be together worshiping Him. You know that God is pleased when He sees His children worshiping Him in unity. There is a corporate blessing that is under there. And we just think that, okay, ganun lang. Some of us take lightly the Sabbath day. And I was just saying, yes, sometimes we go on holiday, that's okay. But we make sure that we're on holiday, that we find somewhere to worship God. Amen. Well, of course, it's different for those who are nurses, who are chefs, that they cannot really do their their rota. I mean, it's okay for that, but they can worship whatever they are doing. They can offer it to God as the worship. But if you choose to work on this Sunday, that you have that day off, and you still have to choose it, and you choose because it's money, the deceitfulness of the yeah. You know what? I am telling you, that's where the blessing is. Amen. It's okay if you're a nurse, if you're a chef. Sabi niya, in everything you do it in honor of Him. Amen? That is worship already. Amen? Dito pa ba tayo lahat? Yes. Amen? Wala akong galit, ha? Amen. And then the third one is the good soil. The fourth one pala is the good soil. And can you please read, ano yun? Let's continue it. In Mark 4, I think 19:21, I think. Are we there? Yeah. Amen? Okay, so Mark 4, but the word is, others like seed sown on good soil, hear the word, accept it, and produce a crop 30, 60, or even 100 times what was sown. Okay, so these are the people. It's the same word that's been planted. I am actually talking right now to you. But I am telling you, not all of this heart will produce 100-fold from this word. Some of you will only produce 30, some of you will only produce 60, and some of you will produce 100. Is there something wrong with the seed? Is there something wrong with the word? No. The only thing is there's something wrong. It's our heart. Amen? It's the soil. Amen? So there's nothing wrong with the word. It's actually the soil that we have, our heart. And, hopefully, right now that, I know that we have different kinds of perception when it comes to words. But I am just praying that we all have this heart. And sometimes, why we have this, sometimes we fall into thorny sin, sometimes, we do that, but my prayer is, if you just perceive the word as very important, as your treasure, and plant it in your heart, I think wala pong problema dun eh. You know what? We will live a life that is so powerful. I mean, we will not be exempted with all the difficulties, all the trials, all the things. But, the best thing or the best blessing is not really the material things. The blessing is the thing that when your heart is ready, when your heart is pruned, when your heart is clean, when your heart is being washed by the word, I think that's the best blessing in there.
Amen.
You know, Christ died. When you go to heaven, you know, I have a friend who just died 2 weeks ago. And this friend of mine, she was actually diagnosed cancer the same time with my sister. And every time I go home Philippines, I go and talk to her, I go and visit her. And there's one point in her life, I think last year, the doctor told her that you have to go home and settle your whatever you can settle because you only have few days to live. Just days, they said. But when he looked at the mirror and said, Lord, I will not accept this. No, not me. Because I know that I haven't seen, you know, the plan that you have declared to me, I haven't seen that yet. So it's not my time yet. So she fought the fight of faith. So in short, after 3 months, 4 months, she lived. And she went back to the doctor and said, Doc, look at me, I'm well. I said, and the doctor doesn't believe this, she's the best oncologist in Pampanga. I said, of course, because of the thing, that treatment. No, Doc. I even refused the chemotherapy, the radiotherapy, and everything. Diba? He said, okay, come on then, lie down and I'll check you. So she did, like the doctor checked her. You know, it said she's got a lump in her cervix, cervical cancer. So in short, the doctor says, oh, nga na, wala na. It's really a miracle. So wala. So what happened to her, she was given, I think, she lived like for a year. But after the doctor declared her that she is clear, all she did is work, and work. She didn't actually give her time. Now, I believe that year na binigay sa kanya, Lord, that iayos niya. That she will really settle whatever it is that ayusin niya and have time to reflect. But she didn't have that time. She kept on working. And then the mom of Edwin, like our spiritual mom told me, she said that, you know, Susan, she had loads of money, millions that she left. And then she was already in the hospital. These children, the sisters, a lot of people is bringing paperwork for her to sign because she didn't even get last will and testament. Hindi niya na isaayos lahat. She was already, you know, the money that she has, she was actually put in ICU just to extend a little bit of that life that she has, but it didn't do anything. She died, and she was even telling my mom, because my spiritual mom, she's got like a prophetic thing, and she said, Mom, can you see me going? Am I going? Is this the end? She was really holding on to that life till the last. And I was really crying because it's so sad. She's only got 2 children, and they're fighting. You know, my mom says that the youngest son took the bag already, the key and everything, that she's not dead yet. She's still in that life support. But they all take it, like, you know, and I said, and then she said, with all these things that she has done, she didn't actually prepare. You know, she did not prepare. And, you know, with all these things, the real treasure, all this treasure that we are holding on to, all this treasure that we think that it will actually give us a good life, not really. It will not even add a single, like seconds, a single hour to our life. We will all go there. But the real treasure that God is saying is that treasure, the one inside of you, that you will bring it all to heaven. Because money, she has a lot of millions, she said. But, you know, unfortunately, if you didn't actually leave any last will and testament, half of it will go to the government, tax and everything, and half of it will just go to and all these things, the houses that she has built, she's a engineer, construction manager or something. She's got loads of projects. But unfortunately, none of that, like, you know, wala man lang, it didn't actually, you know, walang nakatulong sa kanya. Amen. All of that, she will leave it here on earth. That is the treasure of the world that will just come and go. But the things that when you actually listen to the Word of God and build your life around the Word of God, that one cannot take away. It won't take away, that no one can take that away from you. And you will bring it in eternity. And that is, sabi nga ni Pastor dito, all of these things we will bring it to heaven with us. Amen? But all these things, wala. Sabi niya, you were born naked, you will go naked. Amen. You will not even bring even your panty with you. Wala kang madadala. Amen? Amen? So, I don't know guys, but this, we have to guard our heart. Amen? Because our heart is a wellspring of life. Amen? Sabihin nga natin, my heart is the most important treasure that I have.
My heart is the most important treasure.
It's my production center. It's my factory producing God's blessing. This is the factory where God can produce blessing. Amen? This heart, it says above all else, guard your heart. Above all else again, guard our heart. Guard our heart from everything that will contaminate us. Guard our heart from everything that will put us down. You are children of God. And God loves you so much. Amen. God loves us so much. Do you believe that? Amen. And she wants you to experience the full life that she has given. Christ died for all of us so that we will experience that full life. And we can never ever experience that full life if we were not going to guard our heart. If we are not going to hide the Word of God in our hearts. It's only the Word of God that will bring us life. It's only the Word of God that will give us life. Nothing else. Amen? Huwag po tayong matakot masyado to let go of the things, the worldly things. Because you know what? You will be blessed more. Amen? You don't really need to, alam mo yung magkumahog ka at physically, like, I know, because, you know what, just like you guys, I work full-time. Monday to Saturday, I do work full-time. But that's it, 6 hours a day, I do. And apart from that, I'm a busy woman, I've got children, I've got this, so I know what it's like. But what I'm saying here is, it's not, ayaw naman ng Diyos na maging lazy tayo. Because the Word of God says that, do not feed the lazy. Sabi niya, iwasan yung mga taong tamad. Okay, so balance lang po ang buhay natin. Balance, just be balanced. Make sure that you as a whole, as a human being, that you are a heart-like being. That you have to take importance on those three. Hindi lang puro physical. But make sure that your spiritual life, your emotional life, it's there. Amen? Because kung hindi tayo balance, I am telling you, whatever we do, I know there will be like all those things, nasakit, yung mga pain and everything. You know what? Hindi naman tayo exempted doon eh. You just have to dwell in the Lord. You just have to, wala naman itong masama. All of these things that's been written in the Word. You know why? Kung bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng spiritual apathy, just like what Pastora was saying. The message of Pastora yesterday is building the altar. God commands us to build the altar and the temple is our life. Sometimes, you know what, we don't want to go to church anymore. Noong unang panahon, why the building of the temple was stopped? Because people became busy. Nagkaroon ng spiritual apathy.